Hi there. Thank you for joining me this evening. I'm Sandy from Lolly and Sand, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. I'm just getting my computer going while we speak. I hope you're all well. I've been busy stamping a lot of flowers. Oh yeah, a lot. I have been, well, I thought, once you get stamping, then you keep stamping, then you stamp some more, and that's the way it works, right? Yeah. So, this is the set we're going to be using this evening, the All Things Fabulous. It's from the annual catalog. And also, now they're not a bundle anymore. These are the fabulous Florals dies. And they are pretty fabulous. That's why I said I was doing a fabulous card tonight. And welcome. I see LC. If you're just joining, we've just started, so say hello. These are actually, this is 3-step stamping, here, here, and here. These go together. These go together. These go together. I would have to think these go together. I'm not using these tonight, so I'm not 100% sure. These go together, and so on and so on. We have these really great sentiments, wishing you all things fabulous. I think that would make a wonderful, either like a birthday card, an anniversary card, wedding card. You decide. Graduation card. Yeah, you name it. I'm just going to try and make sure I stay in the center tonight. I'm already up too high. Maybe my arms are extra long. I don't know. Anyway, this one says, you make the flowers smell sweeter and the sun shine brighter. I like that. I'm here for you. And nobody gets me like you do. Now, having said that, nobody gets me like you. I chop off that last word because we don't end our sentences with prepositions. Don't laugh at me. That's from grade 8, I believe. Yeah, grade 8 English. Weird things that you remember. All the things that I've forgotten, but the weird things that you remember. Anyway, I wanted to show you this die. This is really beautiful, and we are using it tonight, which is going to be, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. And do make sure you stay right to the end, because I have got a bunch of cards made using this set. Oh, there's Sonia. And you've already shared. Thank you so much, Sonia. That reminds me, we are going to be doing, I've got the draw name. My daughter did the draw for me this time. I think, oh yeah, because my grandson was sleeping, I thought I shouldn't wake him up to do the draw, All right, so we have dies for the flowers. Now you notice these aren't the same size, because to get everything on here, because there's 26 stamps here, to get everything on, they had to squish the sizes. So this is the actual, this one. And then this is the actual size of this one. So you can see it's bigger. Try to bring that back down again. I'm trying to stay centered. I really am. All right. Hey there, Lisa. Thank you for joining me tonight. There we go. So you can see they're bigger. We'll just go with that. We're going to use flowers, and we're going to use leaves, and then this lacy bit. It is going to be fun. So just before we get started, as mentioned, I have to put this in a good spot right over here. Oh, wrong cards. I almost showed you tonight's card. We're not ready for that yet. Okay, so these are the cards from last week. And I think we made this one and this one. I seem to remember, wait. No, it was this one, because this is up higher. So, drum roll for sharing my video last week, and everybody who shared and commented shared. Otherwise, I don't know that you've shared. Your name went into a draw. And again, my daughter did the draw this week. Got an entry, I got a ballot, and the winner this week is Chris K. So Chris, guess what? You get to choose from one of these 5 cards. Yep, I'm not going to tell you which one you get. You get to tell me which one is your favorite. So I'll show them here again. And then, you can just say, well, you figure out how to tell me. I might have to send you a picture, actually. Alrighty. So you'll need to PM me, Chris. All right, we'll move those to the side. I am going to get my sample card kind of close, because there was a lot that went into this. Now, Look at these guys. We're not using all these colors tonight. We're using 4 of them, though. And these are the, let me get my years right, 2020 to 2022 ink colors. That took me a second, didn't it? I'm pretty sure that's right. Anyway, these guys are retiring, and they're going to retire soon, when the catalog ends April 30th, I believe. And if you love any of these colors, Cinnamon Cider, Bumblebee, Magenta Madness, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, you are going to want to pick up the inks and the re-inkers. It's no fun. You know, you love this color, but in whatever, 2 years, it's dry. Let's pretend. I don't know when it's going to go dry. You're going to want the re-inker, so you definitely need to get those. The other thing is, everything that coordinates with this is also retiring, and everything that I show you tonight you can find in my online store, and I will put the link at the end of the video. Anyway, all the papers, the DSP that is in color DSP, all of that will be going bye-bye. So if you love it, get it pronto. As soon as we announce that things are retiring, they go like hotcakes. Like hotcakes. And ink pads and re-inkers and all the ink color items, they tend to go first. All right, so did I go over the colors? I forget. Anyway, so this is what we're using tonight. Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, Misty Moonlight, and Just Jade. I don't know that I've ever put all 4 of these in a card. So let's get going. Just have to move a couple of things off to the side and then get stamping. I think we'll start with Magenta Madness. Notice I put the colors on the inside now and all over. I do see that little piece of paper there. It's going to drive me crazy, but I'm going to leave it. Actually, I'm going to do it with this stamp. I just washed my stamps so you can hear them sticking to the ink pad. That's what's going to happen. So we can do first generation, and what's really cool is you get this really lovely color. And look how bright that is. Like, I hope it shows up on camera how nice that is. There's second. So see the difference? I think that's really beautiful that you can get. I don't think I'll get a third one out of this. A third stamping, but 2 for sure. All right, let's use Misty Moonlight with another one of the flowers from tonight. From the All Things Fabulous. What a great name for a stamp set. Alrighty, then we'll do this one. I am holding it down, just letting the ink sink in. I'm not rocking it. There we go. And 2, because I held it for quite some time, right? I don't know how much we're going to get out of 2. Also beautiful. And you can, I find using those lighter colors, so the second generation stamping is very useful. It might not use it on this card, but maybe you'll use it on the next. I'm just going to move the stamps away that I've already used so I don't get my little brain confused. Alrighty, so Bumblebee. Now, you know I'm a really big fan of Mango Melody, Daffodil Delight. Those are my favorite. However, this made a nice combination. Look how much lighter that is. I have to say I really like the lightness. I see this for other flowers. Let me just go a bit lighter and see what we get. Okay, so I really inked it heavy duty there, and that one I didn't hold it down quite as long. And we got that lovely tone, so I like that. And flipping my paper around, we have lots of greenery. Greenery to me on a card is like filler. And you want to fill in those kind of empty spaces. So we're opening up the Just Jade. And then we've got first generation, second generation. This inks beautifully. Oh, I should be the person inking a little bit better though, shouldn't I? Yes, I should. 1 and 2. And I think when you're using light and dark colors, like it's the same color, you're just doing a second generation stamping, it also tends to give you a little more depth to your cards as well. We're always looking for something just a little bit different. Now, you know I've already die cut all these because, and I would die cut them if we didn't have some other die cutting to do. So there they are. There's our colors. I also have the same flowers done in Gorgeous Grape. Just going to get my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and I'll show you why. Okay, well, the first thing I want to do, actually, this is the hand pen DSP, and there's that cinnamon cider back here. 2 shades of the same color. Beautiful. I'm using this side, and what I wanted to do first is I'm going to emboss it using the stitched greenery. That sounds right. So I want that side down. I'm just flipping it over so you can see what I'm doing. Now guess what? I have to show you this. You're going to see this from the very first. Let's get everybody hopefully back in. Look at these beautiful brand new plates. Oh my goodness. So I did read what it said here. This is the base that you need. This is the large Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I just flipped this over so you can see the number. And it says you need a 2, which is what this is. And then you need 2 of the 3s. So I'm going to put a 3 down. Then we put down our paper and our die cut. I'm not really concerned with this if it's not straight because it really doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. Oh, I just noticed Sandy has joined us. Hello. Oh, wait. Mistake. One little tip. When you're doing something rectangular, you want to take your paper, I don't think I got any of it, and turn it a bit, as much as you can. Not your paper, it's not the paper. You turn your die, otherwise well, I'll just do it from this side. This whole flat part here will all go through at the same time and make an icky clunking noise and be tough on the roller. If you turn it a bit, your surface area isn't quite as large, and it just is so much better for it. So I have to tell you this. Now that I have these brand new plates, the bottom one is my dedicated die plate. The top one, I'm going to try and keep pristine. Yes. Let's just roll that through. We're actually going to do some die cutting too. Okay, this is so exciting. But notice, if you've ever done this, where you put something square through, it makes a really awful noise. This is how you avoid that. All right, this is a tough one. Oh, it's the whole thing. There we go. That piece of paper, by the way, the DSP, is 4 1/4. Come off of there. Sorry, I probably made that go out of. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to hold this here and not move it too much. There. I'm hoping you can see the imprint that the stitched greenery die made. It's pretty subtle, but it's really pretty, and it just kind of adds to your card. All right, so we've done that, and you can see now that we have this impression on here. That's okay. That's what happens when you use your dies. Now, the next thing we have, and I'm gonna see if this works. Okay, is the base of the card, which is, oh, look, there's, how dare you stick inside that card, which is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Now, for this particular card, I'm just going to move this off to the side. I want to show you something. It's an absolute must. I'm hoping that is on camera. I can turn it a little bit. Nope. I have this magnetic bowl. Pardon my arms. I have this magnetic bowl that gets in the way of everything. If I wait for my video to catch up, that should work. Okay, so I did score it and I folded it. Now let's say your fold is off by a little bit. Your card will not turn out in this particular case. You absolutely need to. Now what I do is I use this bottom edge here and I hold the offending, let's say this is the offending piece here. It's not quite straight. Let's pretend. It is, but we're just going to pretend. I would then put the Just one sec. So this is the crooked edge. This one's straight, the way it is currently. And I would put that and put it right up against the edge. And I want to make sure that I'm pulling on that. And I'm looking at both sides, that I can't see anything underneath. And then I score it. That's absolutely essential for this particular card. I don't normally say that, but just for this one. Okay. And I'm sorry I didn't move my camera up higher. Sorry. So we're going to attempt something. I'm going to attempt to put 3 layers through. Now, I want this to stay. This needs to cover this in this exact same spot. So I found some washi tape. I'm just going to make it not quite so sticky because I don't want it sticking to my card. You can use your pant leg or your sleeve, whatever's handy, to make it not quite so sticky. I want to do both sides. I want it to stay put until we have a magnetic plate for this, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. Washi tape is your friend. I think some people use Post-it notes. Oh, my audio is great. How's my video doing? Because, you know, sometimes, you know. Alrighty. Okay, so then, here's the die. This is from the Stitch So Sweetly die set. This is the largest, I believe, of the rectangles. And I went and put them away, so I'm just going to assume that's correct. And what I'm going to do is try to cut through all 3 pieces and get this mostly centered. I'm going to go down just a little bit. So my estimate is that I've gone down about 1.5 inches, give or take. I don't measure. I took sewing. I don't measure anymore. No. I do want to make sure it just kind of stays put. Oh, I think I need washi tape for that too. Yep. Yep. Let's get that to stay in place as well. Back on my sleeve, back off my sleeve, and about here. Just want to double check. I have to actually eyeball this straight. That looks a little crooked. Maybe the sides too. Let's go a little bit. Oh, video's good too. Yay! Because I had to find all the shares. I had to watch the video and keep it in real time. And oh my goodness, last week it was all over the place. Okay. If it's not exactly straight, you might be able to hide that. I'm trying for straight. All of my little pieces that I've already cut just stuck to this beautiful plate. All right, I have to see it straight again because these lines aren't straight, making it a little more difficult for me to tell. Okay, let's just go with it. I'm going to roll it back and forth a few times as well to make sure, well, to try and get through. Wait, I lined up my plates. Don't line up your plates. Oh, and look at how high I have that on there. That's why it's not working. We have to come back a bit. You never, ever want your plate right at the end. And I see I already made an imprint. But that's okay. That's the plate that's supposed to get yucky. All right, let's just do it. Oh, here we go. That rolled through rather nice. Oh, we're not done. That rolled through rather nicely. Here's the hard part. Ugh, you did not go over. Let's try that again. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, that is tougher than it looks. I don't often go through 3 layers. Like, that's a little excessive. And just to say, I used the regular basic white. I did not use thick. Not a chance, not with this. Now, what I found when I practiced this earlier, that's that awful noise we don't want to hear. And it is on a little bit of an angle, maybe not enough. Let's turn it over. It's not quite all the way through. So I'm going to try bringing it down a little bit. There is a trick. It's not really a trick. There's a way of getting around this. Wait, let me put it more on an angle. More angle. This is the part that takes the longest in making this card, by the way. There we go. It didn't make that ugly noise this time because I had it on a nice angle. What you want to make sure is that when you put your paper through, it doesn't get munched over at the sides. And it looks good. Okay, let's see if we got through. Almost. Oh, we did. Yay, yeehaw. Okay, let's move the beast out of the way. And I don't know about you, but when I store my machine, I always store, I don't put the sides up. I actually store my plates and try and keep them as flat as possible. So I leave it down, in other words. All right, let's bring this back in. You just, you know, you're hoping that it went through all the layers. It looks good. So I can take this washi tape off. Gently, don't rip the paper. You're going to have to put lots of flowers on here. There we go. Now on one of the cards I'm going to show you later, I used a different die. I used a smaller one. I'm like, yeah, that looks right, without checking, of course. That would be me. You know, fly by the seat of your pants. And I was able to make it into a slightly different card, which is kind of cool. And I did not know what to call this card. Like, seriously did not know what to call it. Like last week's card, well, a little bit more like, not like last week's card, because I didn't look at all. Take your time with the washi tape. Even though I took the stickies off, a fair bit of the stickies, it's still sticky. Anyway, so last week's card, I took my, what was last week's? No, week before. Anyway, when I took my inspiration from Kylie Bertucci, and I had been watching her video. I didn't watch the end, and I still haven't watched the end of it. Can you believe it? So for this one, I was like, I've never seen a card like this. So I didn't go looking either. Well, now afterwards, then I saw some cards that look like this. We're getting there. I went through a lot, so it's good and stuck, you know? Good and stuck. Anyway. So when I was trying to name it, I went to Google and said, what is this kind of, what is this? I'll tell you in a sec. Just concentrating on getting the pieces out. This would be cute for something else. So I'm keeping it. All right. This is why we wanted our washi tape. This isn't off, by the way. This is just white up here. And our card is going to sit like that. It's going to be really cool. I will finish getting that off later. So what I'm going to do is glue this to this. Let's get that out of the way. My glue's over here. I moved it because I realized my arm was going to be going in the video numerous times. Oh, are you not going to work? Nah. Let's try the other one. Sometimes they just get stuck. And I don't have a pin handy. I used to have lots of pins when I sewed, but I don't now. Thus I don't. Okay, so I'm not using a ridiculous amount of glue. You know me. I don't. And as you know, when something goes edge to edge for me, I'm going to stand it up. So I'm going to stand it up for a second, and once I've got it, then I'll lean it back down so you can see what I'm doing. I just want to get the glue off my fingers. I want to line everything up. I didn't use a ton of glue, so I don't have a ridiculous amount of wiggle time. Yep, we're right down at the bottom, so that's what I'm looking for. Now, I'm going to bring in the silicone pad, your friend, and little container where I keep my little piece of sponge. I have more. I just want to use one, get it all gross and yucky, and then move on to the next one. Remember I said we're going to use those lacy dies? Well, that's what it looks like. So I used, you got it, take your pick tool, and I poked out all the little doodads that were still stuck. I figured I would do that ahead of the video because you don't need to wait and watch that. Oh, in fact, there's one still there. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is glue these two together back to back, so both sides have the nice side, not the bottom side where it cuts and leaves the little indents. So what you want to do, get yourself a decent amount of glue. You're going to be surprised how much you use. And if you don't use it all, that's okay. Definitely hold this down. Don't move it. Okay? Do not move it. If you move it, you're going to get glue on the front. So I'm sponging, and I'm looking here to see that I don't have a big blob like that. So if I have a blob, that's no good. You can see I've almost used up all that glue. And I can see the glue through here. That's why I'm hanging on for dear life. Okay, so there's the mess I made under there. Try my fingers again. And what I found to work for me is hold that back piece, put the front one down. I'm lining up this and this first. The middle two, the ends will find their way. There we go. So now it's smooth on both sides, and you'll see why I'm doing that way. There we go. All right, if I've missed your comment, don't worry. I will see all of them later. Actually, I need that back. We're not done. Now what I'm going to do is, see these darker spots here? I want those down here because that's going to adhere very nicely with the darker spots. When I did this on my first card, I actually glued here, 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 and then all these little spots here. But what I found is the ends were still coming up. That's why I decided I would use the sponge. Now let's look at that again. This much is going to be sticking up, so I do not want glue above these circles. So do the same thing again. Hanging on. I did find a solution though for the first card. I think I should be able to do this with this laying down. Oh, down further. I almost put those above. I know I don't usually center things, but I am centering this as much as possible. So like, how cute is that? Looks like a little pinafore. I'm calling it a pinafore dress card. All those words. I'm gonna, before I forget, this is just from the dollar store, and I'm just putting that in there. Hopefully it won't get all dried out and crunchy. Anyway, I forget if I already said this. I will, if I don't see your comments now, I will look at them later for sure. I've still not got the lid on this. I had it before, so it's on, it's just not tight. Now we get to move on to the flowers. Pretty. So, remember I said I did quite a few. Wait, but wait, there's more. There's more, there's more, still more, still more, 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 more. I may have gone a little overboard, but I figure when I'm making a card, I'm going to make a whole bunch at once. You know, I get all the pieces, I get a whole bunch of pieces done. Same with my heat embossing. I definitely want to do as much right off the bat. All right, so here we are. There's our polished pink and our polished pink second generation. First, now there's where I did different flowers, so I'll put those off to the side. I'm not sure which ones I'm using. And then we've got the, I didn't realize how much I liked the Misty Moonlight. Like, that is so pretty. And with the green, mwah, you know, pretty. Here's purple. So I might get you to give me a hand here. When I did my original card, I didn't use the Misty Moonlight. I used the Magenta Madness, Gorgeous Grape, and I think I did use Mango Melody, but for this one we're going to use the Bumblebee. And the question is, do I use 4 colors? What do you think? My original thought was, now you know we also want to use 3 or 5. I'm not going to use 4. So we have some wiggle room. Because we're talking about, I like the way, oh wait, actually I do want to use a different flower. I don't want the same flower twice, necessarily. What I could do, the thought was, I could kind of go, kind of like the original, which I know you haven't seen yet. Oh, okay. Looking more at the original. I have to do some popping up, as you know. I can't not pop things up. And I'll tell you a little trick of when I am making cards, I will do something like this. I'll lay it out. Maybe, they're sticking to me everywhere. Okay, I'm not seeing any suggestions, so I'm just going to keep going. And then I take a picture of it. Say, I like it like that, but what if I change it? I can't do that because my camera's in use at the moment. I kind of like that. Or do I put the purple in too? What do you think? I'm liking the I am liking the gorgeous grape with that. I just like every color is kind of intense. Oh, and Elsie has to go. That's okay, Elsie. There's always the replay. Now I could use one of these. I rather like that. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep going. And I didn't put my glue down. So when I've made that decision, I've taken the photo and I'm like, okay, that's where I want everything to be. And then I go, where's my, where did I put my dimensionals? I'm thinking I did not put them back because I thought I would, well, I've got the, okay, I can use the black ones. I like to save those so I don't have as many. Oh, son of a gun. All right, we'll use them. So what I'm going to do, wait, Lisa says, I like it before the purple. So if we take that off, and I had this. Now I also have a lighter of the blue. Okay, so we take the purple out. Do you like that with the second generation blue? Or do you like it with the second generation pink? I kind of like to separate them, but they're not exactly the same. So in the meantime, I'm going to put some dimensionals on things that are getting popped up. So let me know what you think. And the boring part of me putting dimensionals on, we'll call that our musical interlude. Without music. Alrighty. Oh, and okay, we like the purple, we don't like the purple. Luckily, because I have so many, I can actually do another one, but not tonight because I didn't cut any more paper. But yeah, I can just keep making more. The purple's better. You don't like the two pinks together. Do we like the blues at all together? Or no? I know there's always a delay, so you know what I'll do? This is the one in question, so I will start gluing on these guys and just get the placement a little bit better. So before I put the leaf on, I'm going to put the flower on and only glue the bottom part because some of this is going to be over on top of the lacy looking part. A lot of thought goes into no blue. A lot of thought goes into placement. And because I didn't glue the whole thing, because you know I never do, I'll be able to slip that right in there. Purple was way better. Purple it is. Purple's the winner tonight. Alrighty, so that one's popped up. That is not popped up. So this one's going to get tucked a little bit. Just the bottom, not gluing the top of it. See how the bumblebee doesn't look quite so bright? Oh, I have to show you. I got playing with, where's the other one? Oh, I think I tossed it. No, there it is. I got playing with my sponge daubers again. Yep. So this is Bumblebee with a little bit of the Magenta Madness on it. Kind of like that. So, okay, that goes. This stays. Blue goes. Purple stays. This gets popped up. Put a dimensional on it then. If you're getting popped up, you're getting a dimension. How else are you going to pop it up? All right. So those two are stuck down. This is popped up. Just trying to think of an angle. That looks pretty good. So I'm making actually two little groupings because I'm going to have the sentiment run through here. So this can get glued. And again, you see I don't use that much. It's paper. It will stick. The other thing I look for when I'm putting cards together is, you notice how, grab this one. This one's going this direction. Well, I don't want this one going this direction. I'm going to change it like that. And I just find it just maybe less of an angle. It kind of works with my eyes. I blame everything on my eyes. And yes, I have an eye appointment. Finally. Because I did my fussy cutting of the sentiment prior, so I could see what I was doing. With my lights like pulled right down to in front of my hands. It's most frustrating. But hopefully things are good. There's another one. Now here's the second generation, which I will tuck. Yeah, like that. We'll look at that one going up. Up, down, whatever works. Lifting up. And then maybe, what else do I have in greenery? Sorry about my arm. I know it makes the video, well, I think it does anyway. So that one has 2. So maybe we can put another one here, but tuck it way under so we don't see too much. Yeah. Okay. Decision made. Okay, one more decision for you to help me with. I wasn't sure which sentiment I was going to use out of the set, because it's going to go not upside down. It's going to go right here-ish. So I did all of them. These are all the sentiments from the All Things Fabulous, and I heat embossed them. Probably easiest to see it on this one. I heat embossed them, and then I fussy cut. It's not beautiful. It's not beautiful. So this one is Wishing You All Things Fabulous, and my fussy cutting is not expert. I think I'd probably go like that. Do you have a preference? This one I find, okay, I'm going to rule this one out right away because it just looks too tiny with this. So I'm going to leave it to 3. I thought this one, personally, I thought it looked a little big, but I didn't want to cut them apart and have them in 2 different places. That's just me. This one I thought was a little large, but it kind of sizes, it's good size, right-sized with the flowers. So in the meantime, I got that one. Okay, we're not quite done because I still have to do a little bit more. We'll take one of those and we'll take one of those. I like those. Alrighty, I think I get to decide. Well, you know what? We'll move on to the inside. And by the way, I am perfectly okay with seeing this. It's not ugly. It's not stained. It's, you know, it's just pretty. So what I'm going to do is decorate the inside with one of these. All I want to do is make sure, for example, the flower doesn't stick up. So we know it'll go down to about there. So I'm going to do that. Nobody gets me like you. Oh, I didn't cut off the dew yet. I will. I don't know why that just drives me crazy. You know, some things bug people. It's not even important. It's just, you know, me. So what I will be doing, I'm cutting off that dew. We don't end our sentences with prepositions. Okay, here we go. So this is my fussy cutting. It's, you know, it's pretty basic. Go up, go around, move the scissors. No, move the paper, not the scissors. I almost said that backwards. Okay, pull it off. And I see one little rough edge. If you ever have a rough edge and you simply can't get it, use your nail file emery board just a little bit. Great. Okay, so we have one vote for this, and this is the one, this is the winner. Okay. Thank you, Jeanette. Now, this is partly going to go, this is popped up and this is popped up. This is partly going to go over a little bit, but I think we're good. I should be able to just go for it. Like there and there. And I do want a little bit here. So I'm just going to cut. You can tell I've been cutting. Now do stick around. I've got 4 or 5 more cards to show you. I can't remember. They're in different, they're not all the same style. They're all with this stamp set that is so pretty. I love flowers. Like you cannot, again, I can't grow them, but I can certainly like them. And I did notice we have a whole bunch of greenery coming up in our front garden. I'm shocked. Okay, right there. Right there? Well, it's almost there. Yeah, it's pretty well there. Okay, not done. We have Iridescent Gems, which should be right beside me. Here they are. We're just going to add a little bit. Oh, I just looked. We have these guys are everywhere. Alrighty. So let me just see. You know what? I'm not liking that they look yellow on here. No worries. The solution is nearby, or it can't be too far away. Now, how does this look? These are the in color jewels that will be going bye-bye. I don't want pink. Nope, I don't want that, and I don't want the green. Nope. Next, I always have my rhinestones beside me, so that's what I'm looking for. I probably put my stamp pads on top of them. Or I can't see for looking, that's the other thing. Well, okay, give it up and just put these guys on. That's so weird. I had them all together. That's typical of me. I may change them after. I've been known to do that. You know I do that, right? So one there and there. So I'll stand it up and we'll show you. Almost done. 1, 2, 3. Whoop. 4. Oops, sometimes they get away from you, but they do help. Especially, they help a lot if you have really short fingernails. And maybe one right there. Not lined up. Not down there. Oh, maybe up here. I like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, so here's your little Pinafore card. The inside. And I'll show you, here's the original. They're not going to look absolutely identical, which is really cool. I did use the rhinestone basic jewels here and switched up the colors a little bit. But wait, there's more. Here it is in yellow. Now you notice these look different. See how much thinner this is? That's because I used different dye. Still from the Stitch So Sweetly. And what happens then is when you cut out this wider piece is, yes, these are narrower, but you have enough to make a little pocket right here. It's not really going to be a pocket, but that's what it is. And this is the one where I thought the I'm Here For You fit perfectly in the inside. So these are really, really fun. They're just fun. And what I really like, let's say the person gets the card and they stand it up from, depending on the angle, you can actually see the flower inside, which I think looks really pretty. Okay, I have other cards. These are not the same. So remember when we did that Kylie collage, I started making a collage and went, I don't want to make the same card again. So I basically just put it all together. This does have vellum underneath it, but it was cut in a square and I didn't like it, so I cut all the way around it after I was done the card. That's what happens. So by sharing my video, you could win one of these cards or a really simple card like this. So what I did is I used the borders dies and cut that piece off. So it's my normal inside size, which would be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This is the piece that I cut off over here. I think you can see that. And I thought, I'm just going to reuse it. Give it a little more texture and a little more height. And then just the flowers there. So you can win one of the Pinafore cards or you can win one of these. It's whatever you choose if your name is drawn. So I do need you to share. So Facebook likes comments. Facebook likes shares. And love button, whatever it is, and then going over to YouTube, because that's where this video will go as well. We like subscribes, and we like shares, and we like the thumbs up. It's thumbs up over there. So, what else do I have to, I had something else to tell you. Meow. Oh, again, all of the supplies I use for these cards is available at my online shop. And I will put that link and all the other important links. There's also a blog post that goes through this card in detail with all the products, which are down at the bottom in little pictures, which kind of helps if you're thinking, what was that stamp set Sandy used? What was that die she used to make that little greenery look? That's where you'll find that. So, my friends, thank you so much for spending some time with me this evening. I truly do appreciate your shares and such. I really, really do. I look and I just go, oh, that's awesome. That helps me. And other than that, have yourself a wonderful week. Be safe if you happen to be somewhere in Ontario. If we get that icy stuff tomorrow, be really careful, please. We don't want anything to happen, anything bad to happen. Other than that, I will see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. All right. Bye-bye. See you next week.